Testing. Good evening, everybody. This is forecaster Brant Warren here in the Weather Center with you for a tornado warning that was issued for Ashtabula County. Working through a few issues here. So with the audio, I think we've got it fixed now. So if anybody can hear me, please let me know, and we'll go ahead and get this going. I see some people are joining, so. Seems like everything's good on that end. As long as the audio is good, we'll go ahead and thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we have a tornado warning in effect for Ashtabula County until 1:45 for this cell that is just southeast of Ashtabula now, south of Lake Erie. The circulation is just southeast now of Interstate 90. So we'll go ahead and turn on the velocity here, and you can see this couplet. Let me go ahead and draw it on for you so you can see where this green and this red is touching. That's what we're watching, and that's what the National Weather Service in Cleveland was worried about. Thus, the tornado warning was issued for another 23 minutes or so here. So kind of hang out with us until we can get this storm into Pennsylvania, and we can give you the all clear. But once again, a tornado warning in effect for Ashtabula County until 1:45 this afternoon. For that circulation, we'll go ahead and look at the debris tracker, which is our correlation coefficient. You hear us talk about that a lot, and not really seeing anything in the way of anything too concerning there in terms of debris aloft. A very noisy storm here, so let's go ahead and go back to we'll go back to reflectivity here, and you can see that if you're not seeing a tornado, which that couplet is very concerning, at least you're going to be seeing some strong winds and some pea-sized hail out of this storm here. So again, this is just southeast of US 90 now. We'll go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more here. Going to be southeast of Plymouth and basically right over Sheffield Center, right there on State Route 93. So this is just northeast of the Ohio Regional Airport, if you're familiar with that area up there in Ashtabula County. This is where the circulation is. We'll go ahead and turn on the velocity here again so we can see what we're looking at. Waiting for a new scan to come in here. I'll go ahead and put it in motion here, and you can kind of see the progression of this storm. Those greens and reds have been there for a while since this tornado warning was issued, but right now it does look the most intense right over Sheffield Center there, just southeast of US 90 and State Route 11 there. So continuing to watch this, not seeing anything in the way of reports. Continuing to monitor things on the backside here as well. But again, this is a tornado for strictly for Ashtabula County, and probably within the next, I'd say maybe 15 minutes, we're going to push this out into across the Ohio border into Pennsylvania, and thus it'll be out of our coverage area, but we have to get it through Ohio for our viewers here. So again, right over Sheffield Center, maybe just east of Sheffield Center right now. That's where we're watching for that circulation. This is State Route 11. This is Interstate 90 in Ashtabula County. This is the Ohio border. Right where you see that white, this yellow line, that's the edge of the severe thunderstorm warning. That is the state line for Ohio and Pennsylvania. So very close to the border up here in Ashtabula County, right near Sheffield Center. We'll go ahead and look at the debris tracker again here, see if we're seeing anything. And again, not seeing anything in the way of anything too concerning there. A very noisy storm from the radar perspective here. So again, this is an airport. Victor's Landing Airport. Circulation is right over that right now. So if you're familiar with that area, this is northeast of the Northeast Ohio Regional Airport, which sits right here. So this is just northeast of that. And we'll go ahead and get this noisy correlation coefficient off the screen. We'll go ahead and put the high resolution velocity back on here. And you can see those bright greens and those bright reds on the backside. Even some touching up here. So again, a very good call by the National Weather Service to issue this tornado warning, because it does look not overly concerning right now. It's very broad, but there are definitely some winds in there that will pack a punch if you aren't seeing a tornado warning. So the source was radar indicated rotation, so we don't have any ground truth right now with this, which is good. That means that there is, at least via the National Weather Service, there is not a tornado on the ground right now. But continuing to monitor this. And I do want to mention that we did have a watch that was issued. I'll go ahead and zoom out here. And you can see this other severe thunderstorm warning that we have for north central Ohio back here in the Sandusky area, Port Clinton, Catawba Island up there near Kings Island, or Cedar Point, I'm sorry, Cedar Point. So we'll go ahead and flip back to our tornado warning here until I can get the watch up here. And I gotta remember where it is, actually. So bear with me here. It's been a while since since I've done severe weather coverage. So let's go ahead and turn on the... Oops, my bad, sorry here. Tornado watch and severe thunderstorm watch. So this is going to be a severe thunderstorm watch just for Northeast Ohio. A very small portion of Northeast Ohio. Just 7 counties in our coverage area, and this is where this tornado warning is right now. So we'll go ahead and turn that off, and we'll go back to our tornado warning here. We'll go back to velocity again. This is just southeast of Ashtabula, moving into eastern Ashtabula County at this time. And we'll go ahead and turn back on the velocity here because we are continuing to see it spin up very quickly just south of Kellogg'sville and now east of Sheffield Center, approaching Monroe Center and quickly approaching the Ohio-Pennsylvania border here. So we'll go ahead and put this into motion, then we'll put a storm track on it for you. So you can see the motion very quickly moving toward the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. And we'll go ahead and do that track for you. So the main part of the circulation is right here. If you're not seeing a tornado, you're still seeing some pea-sized hail and some very gusty winds out of this system, out of this storm as it progresses off to the east here. We'll go ahead and put that storm track on it for you. Again, this is getting ready to quickly move out of our coverage area, so we won't be here too terribly much longer, but we'll go ahead and put this storm track on it for you. We'll extend it just past the Ohio border here, and I don't think we're going to get many communities here, maybe Monroe Center, but again, it's moving off to the east at, the National Weather Service has it moving at 20 miles per hour, so not a fast-moving storm. We'll go ahead and pull that up here, and yeah, Monroe Center, about 12 minutes. We'll go ahead and try to do another track out here, maybe a little further out, see if we can get some other communities to pop in here. And Sheffield Center, less than 1 minute, so that circulation is past Sheffield Center now. So continuing to watch this velocity image progress as it moves off to the east here, and you can see that severe thunderstorm warning was dropped. We are just with the tornado warning now as this approaches the Pennsylvania border as well. So an update was just sent out. A tornado warning remains in effect for northeastern Ashtabula and southwestern Erie counties. And Erie County is in Pennsylvania, so that's outside of our coverage area. So we're just dealing with Ashtabula County until about 1:45 this afternoon. And man, this circulation has really ramped up in the past couple of scans here. Just south of Kellogg'sville, approaching Monroe Center there in Ashtabula County. Still not seeing anything on the debris tracker. It's very noisy. But let's go ahead and go over some tornado precautions here. What you want to do if you are in the path of this as it continues to push off to the east here. So you want to go to the lowest floor of your house, the most center room you can get to. That can be a stairwell, a bathroom, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever room you can put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get as far away from windows as you can. We've seen multiple instances over the years where people have been hurt by flying debris that can shatter windows, and it blows that glass around, and whatever the storm or tornado is blowing around, it can hurt you. So we want you to be to the lowest floor near the center and as far away from windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A stairwell might be a good option if that's near the center of your house. Also a bathroom, once again. Anything that you can protect yourself with. Grab that bike helmet, grab a mattress, whatever you can, drag it into the bathroom so you can cover yourself and from flying debris, protect yourself from that. So again, seeing this circulation just south of Kellogg'sville, approaching the solid blue line right here is the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. And once this gets out of our coverage area, we'll be okay for our viewers. But again, this hail core, the past couple of scans, has really ramped up. The pink area you see here and some of the purples really ramped up here right over Victor's Landing Airport, just east of Sheffield Center now. Really ramped up, and that indicates to us that the storm is continuing to strengthen as it pushes off to the east. I'll go ahead and put it into motion. You can kind of see the progression of that hail core, and it's right now it's very clustered and very intense right near a center, so that indicates the storm is still strengthening. We'll go ahead and turn back on the velocity here, and this is kind of getting concerning here in the next couple scans. You can see this gate-to-gate shear where we have these greens and reds touching. That's where we're going to be looking for the potential for a tornado. That indicates to us intense rotation. And still looking at our debris tracker on the background, we may be seeing something. Again, it's very noisy out in that area with the radar right now. Likely dealing with some interference out there. Sometimes when we have a hail core up there, it kind of interferes with some of our products here. So, again, seeing some blues right in this area. Nothing too convincing yet, and the National Weather Service still has this as radar indicated, so we'll go ahead and stick with that for now. Again, if you're just now joining us, we have a tornado warning for northeast Ohio. This is purely for Ashtabula County, quickly approaching the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, and we will soon, the storm will soon be out of Ohio and out of our coverage area, but for the time being, this is where we're watching the circulation right here. Just south of Kellogg'sville and west of Monroe Center there in east central Ashtabula County. So, again, checking with the team, seeing if we're seeing anything in terms of reports. Again, purely radar indicated rotation right now, but these last couple of scans have definitely ramped up the intensity of this couplet, and has got to the point where it is kind of concerning here. So again, that hail core, you're likely seeing some pea-sized, if not up to maybe dime-sized hail, approaching quarter-sized hail here. If this cell continues to intensify as it has the past couple scans. But if you're in Monroe Center, you need to be in your safe place right now. If you're in Riggs, it is right over Monroe Center right now where the circulation is. Again, this is the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, that solid blue line, so quickly approaching the border here. But nonetheless, this is still in Ohio, so we will continue to stay with you here. This is the hail core back off to the west of Monroe Center. And again, this latest velocity scan really ramped up here right over Monroe Center, right where you see these greens and reds touching. Monroe Center, it is on top of you now. You are out of time. You need to be in your tornado safe place now. just south of Bushnell and northwest of Riggs right now. Continuing to check with my team here, and we're not seeing any reports of ground truth here, which is good, from the National Weather Service and social media. No damage reports as well with this storm, so this is very good news. This storm is continuing to push off to the east. They now have it moving at 15 miles per hour, so just a tick slower than what it was just a few minutes ago here. But nonetheless, we have this tornado warning for another 9 minutes here. The circulation is right over Monroe Center, likely just to the east of Monroe Center now, and continuing to push off to the east. Yes, this is in Ashtabula County. It's tornado warning for Ashtabula County for another 9 minutes, or a little less than that, about 8 minutes now, and this will be out of our coverage area. So continuing to watch this storm right over Monroe Center. That's where we are watching this circulation. Go ahead and turn on the reflectivity here, and you can see the intense hail core that is continuing to strengthen just east of Sheffield Center and west of Monroe Center. You can see those bright purples and pinks. That indicates to us some pea and dime-sized hail, potentially approaching nickel-sized hail in that area, getting ready to move right into Monroe Center. Kellogg'sville, you're likely seeing some hail and some very heavy rain with this storm. But the circulation is right here, right over Monroe Center, and it's moving off to the east, almost due east, at about 15 miles per hour, so a relatively low-moving storm. We tend to see some storms moving at faster rates, so this is a quite a slow-moving storm. But again, right over Monroe Center, south of Bushnell, is right where we are continuing to see the circulation, and the latest scan has it kind of broadening out a little bit here, so this is good news. Still some intense winds just east of Kellogg'sville, but again, the circulation, the most concerning part of the circulation is likely east of Monroe Center now, approaching the Ohio-Pennsylvania border here, up in that part of Ashtabula County. For the tornado warning goes for another 6 minutes here. We'll see if they decide to reissue this tornado warning. It's getting down to crunch time where the National Weather Service has to decide if they're going to extend this warning, drop it, switch it to a severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll see what happens there. But again, a tornado warning continues for northeastern Ashtabula County until about 1:45 here, about another 6 minutes. Circulation again east of Monroe Center, north of Riggs, and is east of Kellogg'sville right now, and east of the airport up there. I forget the name, but again, this is south of Interstate 90. Farnham, you are in this warning in extreme northeastern Ashtabula County. You are in the polygon. This circulation will likely pass just south of you. Again, south of Interstate 90 there in Ashtabula County. So continuing to watch this, looking at some things on the backside here. Not seeing anything on our debris tracker, which is good. That indicates to us that nothing is on the ground. And we have not heard any confirmation from the National Weather Service that there has been a tornado or any tornado reports with this storm. So that's the good news here. Continuing to see, we haven't been able to see any reports that suggest that there has been a tornado with this storm. But the circulation was very intense, and you can see it's kind of broadened up now. But again, this whole area where you see the reds and greens, that's where we're watching for the potential for a tornado at any given moment. Thus the reason for the tornado warning. So again, very intense winds just east of Kellogg'sville now. And again, that updated. We got a new update here. Some of our sources take a little bit longer to update than others. But thankfully, this radar you're looking at right now is fairly quickly with updating when the new scans come in. So again, very broad circulation here over Monroe Center, just east of Kellogg'sville, quickly approaching the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, probably about less than 5 miles from the border now, moving out of our coverage area into Pennsylvania. So again, watching northeastern Ashtabula County for another give or take 4 minutes here for an active tornado warning. And again, we haven't seen a new tornado warning issued, so we're getting pretty close to the time where we would usually see that. But again, very intense radar returns, very heavy rain, if not some pea-sized hail, maybe some dime-sized hail mixed in there, right over Monroe Center. Very intense return there as we continue to watch this storm. So nonetheless, if you're not seeing a tornado out of this, which the circulation is very broad right now, you're definitely seeing some pea-sized hail and some very gusty winds associated with this storm. So it's still a great idea to be indoors. Treat it as a tornado warning, as we have that in place for another 3 minutes. Again, that is the lowest floor of your house, the most center room you can get to near the center, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and as well as windows. We've seen with even severe thunderstorms, we've seen tornadoes or severe thunderstorms, just the wind powerful enough to break those windows, shatter those windows, and debris and glass and everything flies around your house. So we definitely don't want you near windows during this as well. So again, that hail core, the very intense returns have ramped up just a little bit. You can see the lightning's ticked up too. You can see all these flashes on your screen, continuing to weaken and then strengthen up real quick. But again, this is an intense thunderstorm approaching the Ohio border very quickly here with Pennsylvania, getting ready to move out of our coverage area. But if you are in northeastern Ashtabula County, south of Farnham, right east of Monroe Center, the circulation, the very broad circulation is going to be just southeast of Bushnell now. And we'll go ahead and turn on that velocity for you here once again. You can see very broad, nothing too intense here. I'm actually going to see if we have a terminal up here. I think we're too far away from the Cleveland terminal and the Pittsburgh terminal. So looking at it from a little bit of a distance here from the Cleveland NexRad. But again, that circulation continues to be broad in nature. And you see that new severe thunderstorm warning box pop up there. I'll go ahead and get to that in just a second here. But again, this circulation, very broad, continuing to watch, basically right over the Ohio-Pennsylvania border now, east of Monroe Center there in northeastern Ashtabula County. So this will be quickly out of our coverage area, but you can see this big block of green. And the tornado warning was just allowed to expire on time, and it was replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning. So they're not seeing anything concerning as of this scan to continue that tornado warning. But we'll go ahead and zoom out here. You can see the new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. I'll go ahead and read that to you real quick, and we'll go ahead and end this stream. So again, tornado warning for Ashtabula County has been allowed to expire. Some very intense hail indicated with the severe thunderstorm warning, up to 1.5 inches in size. That's ping pong ball sized hail. That is definitely enough to do some damage. Quarter sized hail is severe criteria, and that's just above 1 inch in diameter. So radar indicating for the severe thunderstorm warning 1.5 inch sized hail, ping pong ball sized hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So it's a great idea if you were in the path of this storm to just hunker down inside until it passes, and then you can get continuing with any of your outdoor activities this afternoon. So again, the circulation has crossed into Pennsylvania on the latest scan down to a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire on time here, and we have not seen a continuation of that. So with that being said, severe thunderstorm warning continues for Ashtabula County, and this goes until 2:45 this afternoon for a ping pong ball sized hail and damaging winds of 60 miles per hour. So again, for all of the Bell Park Weather team, I am Brant Warren here in the Weather Center. We'll be here if we need to go live again. But for all of us here at Bell Park Weather Network, continue to stay safe out there with these storms, and we will come back live if needed. Have a safe day, everybody.